So I want to give a quick shout out to Joe's Card Stache.
So I suggest watching Joe's Card Stache.
Look, I'm sorry I'm not Joe's card stache and I don't have a octagon beside me.
Make sure to check out Joe's Card Stache.
And I want to give a special shout out to Joe's Card Stache. I thought it was a cool name. Stache is in the mustache that he has.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Joe's Card Stache. It's officially 2023. I couldn't be more excited. I'm excited for this channel, things ideas I have going forward. I'm excited for the new product that's going to come out, new rookies to chase. It's going to be a great year, and I'm excited for all of you to come with me. But before we get into that, I want to look back. I want to look back at 2022. I want to kind of take a look at everything I did and look at the good stuff, the bad stuff, figure out where I can improve, like where I can become a better, smarter collector, make better decisions. So that's what the first part of this video is about. The second part is going to be about looking into 2023, plans I have, rules I'm going to have for myself, because I think I need to set rules because, if you're going to do this right, you got to really kind of check yourself. And I'm going to do that too. I'm going to tell you guys all of that. Hopefully me talking about all this will help you guys, give you some tips. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I'm getting better, and I think I can give you some tips on things I've learned and things that I'm, need to tell myself. So it should be a really fun video. I also have a couple packs of Prizm I'm going to open up because, hey, why the hell not? And that's it. Let's get into it. We can't talk cards yet. We have to talk about subscribing. Please, 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 if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. You won't regret it. If you like UFC cards and UFC card content and hobby news and fight talk and product reviews and watching someone rip product, this is the place to be. I promise you, you won't regret it. Please subscribe, and if you guys are subscribed, please comment, anything you want to talk about. Just leave it in the comments. Make sure you like the video and share it. Share it on Discord, share it on Facebook groups, share it on Instagram. Really, really helps me out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. It's one of my goals. At 740, I think. So got a little ways to go, but I think we can do it. So any support you guys can give me would really help out. And with that being said, let's talk some UFC cards. Let's go. Chapter 1, the best cards produced in 2022, according to me. Cards are subjective. This list is subjective. These are my favorite cards that were produced in 2022. Now, I don't own any of these cards. They're all very expensive. These are all like dream cards for me, but they're what I think are the prettiest cards or the best cards produced of the best fighters that in 2022. These are things I saw on eBay and was like, damn, I would cut off my finger for that card. So that's the criteria. You could totally have a different idea of what you think are the best cards. In fact, in the comments, let me know what you think the best cards of 2022 are. I'd love to hear your opinions, but these are mine. And number 1 is the Prizm Habib Gold Flashback, the 2012 flashback insert from Prizm. The gold one out of 10 is beautiful. I love this card. I like those flashbacks a lot. They're kind of right in my wheelhouse. They're, retro, like something that harkens back to something older. I'm always a sucker for like antique stuff. And this is something that goes back to 2012, the first year of Prizm. They're these old basketball cards. They're beautifully designed, and they decided to show you what a UFC card would look like during that time. And they used all the photos of these champs with their arms raised, getting their belts, and they're just gorgeous cards. And the gold ones are particularly beautiful, and they're really, really hard to pull. People pull the regular inserts all the time, but the gold ones, obviously, since they're only out of 10, are really hard to pull, and they're really hard to get a PSA 10. I've only seen a few. Most of them are PSA 9s. The one that I've seen, the Habib, a PSA 9 sold for $700. So to give you an idea of how much a PSA 10 would be, if there is one out there, would be thousands. So that's my first card. If I ever pull that, you're going to see me scream like a little girl. Number 2, this is an auto, also out of Prizm. Everyone's heard me talk about the 2 autos that I'm chasing out of Prizm, and that is Islam Makhachev and Khamzat Chimaev. Both of them, it's their first autos, and I think they're both just incredible fighters, and I would love to get an autograph from both of them in Prizm. I specifically like their Prizm autos the best, even though they have Chronicles autos and Optic autos. I think the Prizm ones are the coolest, and Islam's especially. I just love the photo. I love the card in general. And then the one I picked was the Mojo out of 25. I'm a sucker for Mojos too. I usually don't like patterns on my cards, but the Mojo pattern for some reason it's cool to me. The way it's like a tread over the card. So that's the one I picked. A PSA 10 recently sold for $1,000. So again, way out of my price range, but if I ever pull one, oh my gosh. Number 3, this is probably my favorite rookie out of 2022, and that's Shavkat Rakhmonov. I liked his Prizm card, but when Select came out, with Select you had his Concourse, which I hate, and I don't know if he has a Premier. He might. But his Octagon side and his Mezzanine are beautiful photos. It's him holding up a flag. I guess it would be Kazakhstan, or I don't remember it. But he's holding up this blue flag. It's a beautiful photo. And the one I chose is the Mezzanine. They're both very rare. The Octagon side and the Mezzanine are very hard to hit. The Mezzanine's only out of retail. This is the only retail card I picked. But it's just, the design mixed with the colors. Oh, and this is a tie-dye. Sorry, forgot to mention that. His tie-dye, the colors of the card mixed with the colors of the flag are just beautiful. I'm a sucker for colors and cards, and this is just a gorgeous card. And it's out of 25. It's very rare. PSA 10 sold for $1,000 as well. So again, these are $1,000 cards. Nothing I can afford. If I pull one, God help everyone. Number 4, also Select. I really love Select cards. I probably could have picked all Select cards because I think it's Panini's best designed cards, and I just love how they look. They use great photos, great design. It's a beautiful set. This one is another one of my favorite rookies. This is Ilya Toporia's Black Prizm 1 of 1. 1 of 1s have their own, obviously they're crazy expensive because they're 1 of 1, but a lot of times I don't like them. I don't like how they look, especially, I don't like a lot of the ones that are in Immaculate, a lot of the ones that are in Chronicles, they just don't do much for me, but in Select and in Prizm, the pure black ones, the ones that don't have a flash or shimmer or anything like that, just pure black, are beautiful, and that's what this is. This is Ilya Toporia's Black Prizm 1 of 1 Concourse True Black. This card is so sick. He's screaming. It's a dope photo. It's all black. It recently sold for $2,500, and that's a raw card. I can't imagine if that grades well what that's going to be worth. But again, amazing card. And my last choice, number 5, is from Optic, the new set. And I love Optic. I was pretty optimistic about Optic, but when it came out, I was like, man, this is even better than I thought. There's a ton of cards I could have chosen from there. The main thing I wanted was a rated rookie. I love rated rookies, and I wanted to pick one that I hadn't picked so far, which is Jalen Turner, one of my favorite rookies. His gold rated rookie out of Optic is gorgeous, and that one I have a chance to get. The raw only sold for $250. I could go for that. It's a little out of my price range, but I might just jump on one of those just because, he's someone I PC, and it's probably my favorite card of his. So that's my number 5 choice. Jalen Turner, Optic, Gold Prizm. Check it out. Again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know, what cards you really liked in 2022. I'm super interested. This is obviously my list. I'd love to hear what you guys liked. Do you like Downtowns? Do you like Color Blast? Do you like Kabooms, White Sparkles? All that stuff, they're cool to me. It's just I tend to go for the simpler cards, the simple, rare colored cards of the rookies that I really like. So that's my list. I would love to hear what you guys think, what cards you liked out of 2022, and that's it. Chapter 2, how did I do in 2022? So every year I want to kind of do this. I want to gather all the information over the year that I have. This year in particular, 2022, I made a conscious effort to make an Excel sheet and basically list every card I bought, every pack I bought. Anytime I sent something for grading, I listed it down. So I have all this information of what I spent. And then anytime I sold something on eBay, I wrote that down as well. So I have all the information for everything that I made during 2022. And I want to compare the two and see where I came out and kind of gauge where I made good decisions, where I made bad decisions. So going into 2023, I can figure out, where I need to make improvements, where I need to keep doing what I'm doing, etc. And this is something I highly recommend to all you guys starting to collect. Keep very, very, very good records of any purchase you make, any sale you make. It will really help you, just kind of take a subjective look at yourself and realize, okay, I'm buying into way too many breaks, or I'm ripping way too many packs, or, I'm buying rookies that are not panning out, or, I'm grading stuff and I'm getting really low grades. I need to get better at grading or stop grading so much. These are all things you can kind of figure out once you gather all these numbers and see where you're at. So I'm going to be totally transparent with you guys. I'm going to tell you what I spent, what I made, how I did, what I think I could do better, and I hope it helps you guys out. It also helps me out just to talk it out. So let's look at the numbers here. Okay, so in 2022, what I spent. The grand total of everything I spent in 2022 is $5,285. So, that's a big number. It involves a lot of things. It's wax I bought to break on this channel. It's singles I bought to, get graded and try to flip. It's breaks I bought into. I bought into a bunch of breaks on Whatnot, on eBay, YouTube, etc. And so the grand total of everything was $5,285. I'll go into exactly where I think I can make things better, but that's that number. Now, what did I make? So I sold a ton of cards this year on eBay. This has been my biggest year on eBay ever. And all the cards I sold came to $4,180. So if you take the cards I sold and take the money I spent on cards, subtract one from the other, I lost this year, doing this card thing, I lost $1,105. I get that seems bad, but my goal every year, and I should have gone over this in the first place, my goal with collecting is that I want to be able to build a collection of PC cards I like, that I want to keep for myself, my favorite fighters, my favorite, cards and stuff like that. And I want to be able to get those all year, but at the same time using investments and flipping and stuff like that to make money back so that, everything evens out. I would love to be able to do this hobby, to make these videos, to have a PC, and have all these investments that I'm doing pay for it all. So my goal really in the end is to have what I spend equal what I made, so it ends up being zero. That would be the greatest, because at the end of the year I probably have a bunch of cards I have for my PC and I spent no money. That's the dream. So I didn't do that this year. I ended up being negative $1,000. Although there's some caveats to that. This is what's kind of interesting. So I lost $1,000, but in my Pelican case, I still have 20, 30 cards that I have from last year that were either pulled or purchased and graded. So I didn't want to sell those in December. I don't think many people have talked about this, but don't sell cards in December. It's a terrible time to sell cards. It's, everyone's saving up for Christmas. They have money to spend on their families. They're not buying cards. So I didn't want to sell all my cards in December just to make this list work right. So I still have a bunch of stuff left over that I'm going to be selling in January and February. And I think when I sell those, I'm not going to be minus $1,000 anymore. I'm probably going to be closer. I think I have about $1,500 or so worth of slabs and raw cards that I want to sell. And if I sell all of those, then I'm all of a sudden positive $500. So I think I did pretty good this year, to be honest. If I were to grade myself, the market was going down the entire time I was collecting in 2022. I believe all you guys noticed this. Obviously, the stock market went down. All other sport cards went down. UFC cards went down as well. So to be right where I am, which is, I'm down a little bit, but I think if I sell the rest of my cards, I'll be up a little bit. To be in that scenario with a market that's been steadily going down the entire time, I'm very proud of how I did. And, I think I'm a smarter investor than I've ever been. And I think this next year, if I really set some strict rules and monitor myself the entire time, I think I can come out way ahead next year, and I'm excited to try to do it. And also, this YouTube channel is a big deal to me, and I have to support this as well. I have to, I buy packs pretty much every time I do one of these videos, and these packs cost a lot of money. So, I have to sell those cards. I have to, try to support all of these things. So that's my goal. I came close to it this year. I didn't get exactly there, but I think I'm going to get there next year. I think I'm going to do even better. And we're going to talk about that in the next part of this video. I have some plans for 2023 to make sure I do better. And this is something I think you guys should do too. You should evaluate how you're doing and come up with new ideas to do better. And that's where we're going to go now. We're going to look at 2023. We're going to look ahead. Chapter 3, plans for 2023. So I'm going to break this down into two parts. The first part is going to be my plans for how I collect cards in 2023, and the second is going to be my plans for Joe's Card Stache in 2023. Okay, so as far as cards go, my main goal is just to collect smarter. I spent too much money in 2022 on everything. So I'm going to set a strict budget, and I think a lot of you guys should do this as well. Really think about what you want to allow yourself to spend on cards and stick to it. It's something that can get away from you very quickly, especially with breaks, honestly. I think, with the advent of Whatnot and a few of these other, instant, like, I'm going to bid on this, I'm going to bid on this, and all of a sudden you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. So my goal is to be very strict with what I can spend. So the main thing I'm going to do is limit, how many packs I can buy a month. Last year I was buying $200 per video I was making of, Prizm packs, etc. And that's just too much. It's out of my price range. I need to chill out. So my goal is to limit myself to $150 a month on wax. So what's that going to do? It's going to make it so I don't have as much stuff to open on Joe's Card Stache. And hopefully you guys are cool with that. It's going to be one pack. It's going to be, I may not do a pack every video. It's going to be very limited, but it's a way to not spend as much money, and I think it's going to really help me in the end. So I'm going to give myself $150, and I can do that, if I want to do a couple packs per video, or I can hold it the entire month and buy a box of optics, something like that. I'm going to, really, really be strict with myself. That's all I can spend. And then every month I want to buy a PC card. That's another thing I didn't do very much. I didn't buy enough PC cards last year. I didn't do enough collecting. I was way more invested in the flipping side of things, and I want to make sure I build up my PC collection. And this year specifically, I want to hone in on Hall of Famers. This actually has a lot to do with Box Alarm. Zach over there has really been talking about getting into GOATs, and I want to do the same thing. I want to really start buying the GSPs, Anderson Silva, Hoist Gracie, who else? BJ Penn, people like that, really, 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 the Mickey Mantles of this sport. I want to start grabbing their cards now, especially because next year I think is going to be this year, 2023, is going to be a very, very low time in the prices of things. So I think this is a good time to try to pick up. I want to get autos. I want to get the rookie cards as much as I can. Again, I don't have a ton of money, so I'm going to leave myself $50 a month to try to grab a GOAT, whatever it is, if it's a rookie card, if it's an auto, just a cool card in general. I want to buy more Topps, less Panini stuff, but if there's a Panini card, I'll buy that too. I'm not going to limit myself, but just the money. So $150 for wax, $50 for a PC card. That's $200 a month. And then lastly, UFC Card Talks. Damien, if you guys follow my Instagram, I talk about him a lot. He has a great YouTube channel. I've mentioned him here before, but he has a challenge every month. He has a $15 card challenge. So if you buy a $15 card over the month and you post it on your story on Instagram and you tag him, he has a contest. He has people vote, and they pick the best card that you could have gotten for $15. And what's fun about that is it's really cool to kind of try to pick a card for $15. It's low impact on your budget, and I think it's really fun to try to find something that people will vote on, and I enjoy it. So I'm going to do that every month as well. So $215 is what I want to spend a month on cards in general. There'll be some outliers here and there, but if I stick to that, I'm going to come out on head if I spend less this year. So that's one of my main goals. New sets, when they come out, I've noticed, and this is something I've learned over the last couple of years, if you buy, let's say Prizm comes out, you get some cards, but they're not like your favorite cards that you want to save forever or get graded. Sell them quickly. The quicker you sell sets, the better. The prices always go down. So like right when a product comes out, sell your cards as fast as you can. You're going to get the best bang for your buck. If they're just slightly off center, if they're dinged, if they can't be graded, sell them. If you don't like them, sell them immediately. And that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to sell things as fast as possible because that you'll get the most money for things. First off the line, this is something I didn't buy into last year at all, but I noticed Prizm and Optic both had first off the line offerings, and those boxes increased in value almost immediately because they don't make many of them. The hobby boxes, the retail boxes, they make a gazillion of them. But the first off the line boxes, they really don't. And, next year, I think if I can get into them, I'm going to buy one and flip it and then use whatever money I make from that to buy a hobby box because it's easy money. You just have to wait a week or two, and all of a sudden their prices have gone up. So first off the line, I'm really going to look into trying to get into those if they come out with Prizm. I know they're going to be expensive, but I think it's a good investment. I'm going to stay away from retail this year. I bought a lot of retail, and even, I've said many times that Retail Select was the best set this year. Even still, I still like Hobby. Hobby's my favorite. You can get your biggest hits. You have the highest ceiling. I have a local card shop that can sell me packs, so I don't have to buy the super expensive Hobby box. I can buy packs. So I'm going to stick with Hobby this year. 2023 for me is going to be all Hobby. I think it's better for me. I think it's a better investment. This I did in 2022. I learned not to buy sets I don't like. I did not buy Chronicles this year, and I'm happy I didn't. It's not something I like. Why are you going to buy cards you don't like? It doesn't make any sense. So next year, I'm just buying things I like. I know myself. I know what I'm looking for, and I know I'm not buying Donruss. I'm not going to buy Chronicles. If they make anything else and I don't like it, I'm not buying it because why? Why waste the money? And lastly, I want to buy more tops. I've been looking more and more into UFC cards before I got into UFC cards, and there's some incredible cards, and they're expensive, but they're not crazy. And I'm starting to realize, Panini's great. I love Panini cards, but I want to be more into tops. So many of the fighters I love have rookie cards in tops, so I'm going to start looking at those, and they're still decently priced. So that's my roadmap for 2023, and I think it's going to work out well. We'll find out when I film this video in 2024 to see how I did, but I think I'm going to do better. I think the hobby's going to grow. I think the economy's going to grow. I'm optimistic. I think everything's going to go up, and I have a great plan, so wish me luck. Tell me what you guys think about all this. Any questions, any comments, always love to hear it. And that's it for this video. No, it's not. I have Prizm. I forgot. I have 2 packs open, so yeah. Chapter 4, the first rip of 2023. Let's see what we can do. I know this video's been super long, so let's get through this pretty quickly. I got 2 packs of Prizm 22. I still have yet to pull anything. I think the best thing I've pulled is a teal. Those are out of 49. So that's the lowest numbered parallel I've gotten. I would love a gold. I would love a mojo. Big auto would be cool. Let's see what we can get. Let's go. Pack number 1. Looks like we got a purple, just a purple. That's weird. Okay. We got Irene Aldana, Sergey Spivak, Benil Dariush, Frankie Edgar, Chuck the Iceman Liddell. Our purple is not a rookie, Brad Tavares. And we have a silver welterweight. It is a rookie, Sean Brady silver. That's a pretty dope card. I think Sean's fighting again pretty soon. Like to see him get in the win column. Conor McGregor Dominators, or Bonus Machines. Mozar Evlev. Armin Sarukian rookie. Yair Rosenstruck. And Dominic Cruz. Not bad, not bad. Not what I was hoping for, but let's see what we can get. Next pack. Let's see. We got a red and a hyper. Not everything I hoped for. Santiago Ponzinibbio, Michael Chandler, Matus Gamrot, Josh Emmett, fighting soon for the interim belt. We have our red, which is not a rookie, Anthony Smith, and our hyper, which is Brad Riddell. Man, Prizm is hard. Prizm is hard to hit in. Tucker Lutz, Rafael Asunsao, Nina Nunes, Volkan Ozdemir, and Cub Swanson. Not the greatest packs in the world, but hopefully 2023 gets better than that. I have a bunch of Optic coming. Yeah, I think that might be my last try at Prizm, man. That messed me up. That was not easy, and that was like $80. So, damn. Still no golds. One day, maybe. Maybe in 2023 Prizm, I'll just rock it. But thank you guys for watching. As always, I know this was a long one. I hope you got something out of it. More videos coming soon. I have a lot of ideas. I'll let you know as we go, but very excited for this year. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.